In today's top stories, Solana is growing in popularity among crypto investors. The Ukraine plans to make Bitcoin legal tender by the start of 2023. Rich Dad Poor Dad author states crypto, gold, and silver will triumph over fiat currency. These stories and more in this edition of Coinpunks. Welcome to Coinpunks, where we cover the top stories in the crypto space, helping you get informed on all things related to digital assets. Let's jump into today's stories now. First up, high-performance blockchain Solana is growing in popularity among crypto investors, threatening more established digital asset investment products. The seventh largest crypto by market cap saw more inflows than Bitcoin and Ethereum during the week ending September 13th. During the period when the crypto market largely saw declines, Solana defied the trend by rising in price while recording close to $50 million in inflows, compared to Bitcoin's $0.2 million and Ethereum's $6.3 million. CoinShares also stated that during the 7-day period, crypto investors continued to diversify. Altcoins such as Cardano, Polkadot, and XRP consequently recorded higher inflows than Bitcoin. So far in 2021, Solana has recorded $74 million in inflows, which remains dwarfed by Ethereum's $985 million and Bitcoin's $4.24 billion. Polkadot, Cardano, and XRP are behind Solana with year-to-date inflows of $70 million, $65 million, and $51 million, respectively. Delegates from President Volodymyr Zelensky's government have met with counterparts in El Salvador ahead of creating a plan to put crypto adoption at the top of the Eastern European giant's financial agenda. Zelensky, a vocal Bitcoin evangelist, has already instructed ministers to transform Ukraine into a crypto-friendly nation. The plan is for Ukraine to make Bitcoin legal tender by the start of 2023 and create a dual-currency country where Bitcoin sits alongside the fiat hryvnia before potentially being phased in as the dominant financial structure. Meeting with delegates from the Stellar Development Network, he hinted that the work was already underway to establish a legal framework that would pave the way towards Bitcoin adoption. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of one of the top personal finance books of all time, stated that cryptocurrencies, gold, and silver will triumph over an impending economic crash. The author of the 1997 bestseller Rich Dad Poor Dad is predicting that the failure of fiat currency will cause the biggest of all global recessions, and that crypto will be one of the lone survivors. To the 71-year-old businessman, fractional reserve banking is equally unthinkable. Kiyosaki described how banks loan up to 10 times their net holdings, debasing the worth of the dollar. He also thinks that the dollar is toast because gold, silver, and crypto are going to take it out. Our recent chain analysis report indicates that Bitcoin adoption has grown by 1,200% in Africa. There's been an increase in Bitcoin activities carried out by retail investors who save, remit, and exchange digital assets using different P2P platforms. Co-founder of Paxful, Artur Shabak, states that their crypto app has witnessed a surge in activities from African nations, especially Nigeria and Kenya, with a 57% and 300% increase respectively in the previous year. With Bitcoin P2P trading, Africans are able to circumvent the restrictions placed on foreign exchange and are able to transfer and receive more funds across borders. Some popular social media influencers on Twitter have repeatedly advised their followers to save in crypto due to the falling value of the naira. The deadline for South Korean crypto exchanges to meet new compliance requirements is looming fast, with all operators expected to submit requests for an official license with the Korean Financial Services Commission no later than September 24th. All exchanges must show evidence that they are operating using real name accounts at South Korean banks. The FSC argues that there is a high demand from customers for more protection for their assets held at smaller crypto platforms. Yet, South Koreans' banks have, for the most part, refused to engage in any risk assessment process for applicant exchanges, except for the country's top 4 trading platforms. These 4 exchanges, Upbit, BitThumb, Corebit, and CoinOne, already account for over 90% of South Korea's total traded volume, and experts in recent months have already made the case that the FCC's new framework is poised to further cement the country's crypto space as a monopolized market. Some reportedly expect that close to 40 of the country's estimated 60 crypto operators will be forced to shut down. A New York IT supervisor is facing a possible sentence of up to 15 years in jail for mining Bitcoin in the office. The man, identified as Christopher Naples, allegedly had hidden 46 mining rigs in the offices of the Suffolk Country Center in Riverhead, New York. According to the investigation, 10 of these rigs have been installed since February, consuming more than $6,000 worth of energy. According to reports, the man placed 46 mining machines into the offices of the county, hiding them underneath floorboards. Naples is now facing charges of public corruption, grand larceny, computer trespass, and official misconduct. This is not the first time that an employee of a public office has stolen power to mine crypto. New York City's Department of Education has cases dating from 2013 and 2014 where employees tried to mine Bitcoin with company equipment. And an employee of the Federal Reserve also tried to mine crypto using one of the institution's servers. That employee, Nicholas Berthaum, was fined $5,000 and spent 12 months on probation. Marvel and DC bar comic book artists from selling superhero NFTs. According to Bloomberg, the 2 comic book giants have barred artists from selling NFTs of the characters they create for the companies. Both Marvel and DC reportedly have designs on leveraging their vast collection of comic book art in the expanding NFT scene, potentially a new market for selling collectibles. Marvel has already made forays into the NFT space, selling digital collectibles of the Spider-Man character back in August. By preventing artists from selling derivative works based on their comic book creations, the likes of Marvel and DC could be precluding creators from a significant revenue source. Corporate brands have begun to target the NFT space by launching digital collectibles and acquiring popular NFTs. In August, card payment giant Visa splashed out $150,000 on CryptoPunk 7610. A survey cited by Sao Paulo-based financial education website Valor Invest polled 2,700 respondents from Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Venezuela, and Mexico. The study shows that nearly half of Brazilians want their country to join El Salvador by recognizing Bitcoin as legal tender. Brazilians were the biggest advocates of crypto recognition in the region, with 56% supporting El Salvador's approach and 48% saying they want Brazil to adopt as well. The main reasons for investing in crypto, Brazilians mentioned, is to diversify investments, protect against inflation and financial instability, and follow the technology trend. The survey also mentions that only 12% of the residents polled say that they are not looking to invest in crypto. Of those who do not consider entering the crypto markets, 42% cite security concerns, 37% bring up volatility, and 33% say they lack the money to invest. Lastly, the study shows that Bitcoin is the most well-known crypto asset in the country, followed by Ethereum and Litecoin. In today's music segment, American rock band Kings of Leon have revealed that they are teaming up with SpaceX to become the first band in history to send a non-fungible token, or NFT, into space aboard the Inspiration4 mission next week. The mission will be carrying one of the band's songs and a gallery of digital art into orbit. The mission will be carrying a total of 51 NFTs, including an unreleased performance of the Kings of Leon song, Time in Disguise. The Inspiration4 is a 3-day trip to the Earth's orbit planned by billionaire Jared Isaacman, the founder and CEO of Shift4 Payments. The mission hopes to raise $200 million for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. The Kings of Leon NFT will be auctioned off with the other 50 digital NFTs to support the hospital and its research. This wraps up things for today's show. Leave your comments on today's stories and also drop suggestions for what you'd like coverage on in the future. If you like today's show, give it a like and subscribe. If you're on the go, you can get the same content in our podcast at www.coinpunks.ca. Thanks for tuning in and catch you in the next one.